Well, this is my third degree, and I would say that was by far the easiest one I've earned. Thank you very much. It's a privilege and a true honor to be here today to celebrate this important day with you. Standing here, I also, as a parent, can feel the joy that each of your parents and families feel. In fact, my 6-year-old son is here today, sitting in the front row, along with my husband. Hi, honey. I remember the day Chase was born as if it were yesterday. That immediate rush of protected, all-consuming mother love. The moms in the audience know what I'm saying. It's a love like no other. I remember his glorious baby scent, the sound of the music that played in his crib while he napped, the bouncer he used to jump up and down in and squeal with delight, that time he threw up on me on vacation. And I can tell you, your friends and your family and your parents, they remember your lives in many of the same ways. For each of you, the last 22 years has probably felt long and arduous and difficult. But for your parents, it's as if you blinked and overnight you grew from precious little ones into your grown-up selves. In parenting and in life, I've come to learn the days are long, but the years are truly short. And as Jerry Seinfeld likes to joke, babies' sole purpose is to leave us. That's why their first words are mama, dada, bye-bye. So today we're celebrating you, but we're also celebrating your parents and your families who have been preparing you and themselves for this day. Now, there's great irony in standing up here giving a commencement speech, and here you are dressed in identical caps and gowns, and I'm going to stand up here and tell you that individuality is the key to success. I'm only joking. I've actually spent countless hours thinking about what my counsel to you should be. Delivering a commencement address is a great responsibility, and I felt enormous pressure to come up with the exact right wise words to send you off with. I reflected on my own graduation, and it helped me enormously because it turns out I couldn't even remember who the commencement speaker was. That was a tremendous relief for me. So today, I'm simply going to tell you one thing that I've learned to be true. That's it, one thing. And when I'm done, maybe you'll remember my words and they'll have changed your life. Or maybe all you remember is that part about my kid throwing up on me. Either way, I'll have exceeded my own graduation. As Dean Carmel graciously shared, I am an entrepreneur. I spend my days leaving no stone unturned on the planet to find people with promising ideas who can change the world and equipping them to succeed. In the past 3 years, we've worked with thousands of startups across the globe. My work has taken me and my family to wonderful places like Jordan, Colombia, Russia, and many of the incredible countries that many of you are from. But like most entrepreneurs, it all started with a childhood venture. For most kids, it's lemonade. For me, it was worms. I was 10, and Stephanie Waterhouse and I decided to collect worms after a rainstorm and sell them to our neighbors as fishing bait or to put in their gardens. We ran out into the puddles and we scooped up as many worms as we could find, and we began knocking on doors. And we sold every single worm. My parents, who are also here today, still like to embarrass me with that story. My life has been one wild ride since that first venture. My career began with a clerical error. Yes. A mix-up at my university career office had me interviewing to be something called a systems engineer instead of the coveted finance job I hoped for. Now, had I gone to American University, that error never would have happened. But for me, it led to a job offer that no student with loads of debt could turn down. And so my career as an accidental techie began. I wasn't sure where life was about to take me, but I was open to the new possibilities I would find. Suddenly, I found myself in downtown Detroit working with top automotive executives. I wrote code and hated it, and I helped bring personal computers into the C-suite, and I played a critical role helping General Motors comply with the North American Free Trade Agreement. Who could have foreseen that a clerical error would have taken my 25-year-old self into the executive suite of one of the world's largest corporations? That led me to another tech giant, where I traveled the world selling software in places like Germany and Korea. Some days I woke up thinking I was conquering the world. Mostly, I just wondered if it really mattered. So like Elle Woods in Legally Blonde, who woke up one day and decided to go to law school, I'd had enough of corporate life, and I decided to quit my job to launch a startup. I'm sure my family thought I was nuts. I like to call my first venture my starter company because it was small and I had no idea what I was doing. Several more followed in wild succession in healthcare, in education, and in government affairs. And in each, there were incredible moments, taking a mere idea, turning it into a product, and actually having people want to pay for it, raising millions of dollars in capital, adding hundreds of employees, landing on a business model growing millions in revenue, making the who's who list, being in the press, selling to a private equity firm. Really heady stuff. But there were dark times too. Going for 2 years without a salary, selling my house to make ends meet, running out of money after an investor passed away, letting employees go right before Thanksgiving, getting fired from the very job and company I'd started. Now, your parents are probably glad I told you that last part. After all, they didn't send you to an expensive college only to have the commencement speaker convince you to throw it all away and start a startup. I tell you all of this because so many of you sitting here feel incredible pressure to have it all figured out, to have a plan, a roadmap, a life goal you can go make happen. You're fearing failure, worrying about whether you're making the right decisions. And you suspect in watching your friends' posts on social media that you're already behind. I worried too. At every turn, I fretted over making the wrong choice. I spent countless hours wondering why certain doors weren't opening or why I was languishing in a particular job with no ready exit. The jobs themselves were interesting, and I succeeded in them. But no step in my journey made sense to me while it was happening. And what troubled me even more was that everywhere I turned, I saw need, poverty, hunger, homelessness, disease. Our world had major problems, and I desperately wanted to be a part of helping solve them. And then, 3 years ago, we launched 1776. And in it, I got the rare opportunity to take the messy, tangled, knotted tapestry of my life, turn it over, and see the glorious picture that all those life experiences had created. It turns out that accident that launched my tech career put me exactly where I needed to be. Those early jobs cemented my belief that technology can truly change the world. My travels taught me that genius is not centralized in any one city or country. The startup successes gave me the hard-won experience to know what it takes to bring an idea to life. The dark startup days, they gave me exactly what I needed to know how to help other entrepreneurs to succeed. And that startup I got fired from, it opened the door to bring me to Washington, D.C., where I fell in love. Every single piece of my journey mattered. So today, I'm not just building one company, solving one problem. I am helping thousands of entrepreneurs tackle poverty, hunger, homelessness, disease, and all the great challenges of our time. My front row seat to truly changing the world was worth waiting for. So, here's my one thing. Life is a tapestry, and it takes years to weave. Even when you cannot see that full picture, each experience is a valuable thread. Listen to that voice inside that tells you what you care about, what you want to leave for the world. And there are no shortages of big challenges you can take on. Life is going to be hard, so you may as well pick something big and something worthwhile to take on. Or, as I like to tell our startups, make sure you pick a lemon that is worth the squeeze. Work hard, approach life with an insatiable curiosity, but be patient with yourself. Treat every experience as an opportunity to contribute, to accomplish, but also to learn. Yes, you're not done learning. Be thoughtful about your choices, but hold your plans loosely. And in those unclear moments, and they'll come, just trust the process. If you're true to your heart, life will take you where it wants you to go. So, today is a twofold celebration. We're celebrating you and congratulating you on all you have achieved. And we're celebrating the beginning of your own wild ride and the first threads of each of your tapestries. Remember, the days are long, but the years are short. Use yours to change the world.